JT,
Yes, sir.
if I needed to make $10,000 in June, right? Life depends on it. What would you tell me to do?
Yep. So I always love to tell people that the best opportunities to make quick money are probably going to be things that you don't really want to hear. And that is you have to jump into a service-based business and you're
Mm,
providing a service that people need, but they don't want to do. I'll give you guys a perfect example. I can give you several examples. So I recently paid a gentleman $200 for less than 45 minutes worth of work, and that was through a gutter cleaning service. Now, I know when you come on the internet, right, you looking for a sexy way to build a business, get passive income, and I'm going to be real with you guys. I pride myself in practicality. Yes, you can do those things, but if the bills are due, we need to get 10 grand this month as soon as possible, right? Now is not a time to be sexy. Now is not a time to say we don't want to get our hands dirty. Service-based businesses, in my experience, are the fastest ways for you to start making money. So a gutter cleaning business easily, let me tell you, this guy showed up with a ladder from Walmart, a pressure washer from Walmart, a rake from his mom's house, some heavy duty trash bags from Walmart, and easily, right, made quick 200 bucks from me, right? Said he's got to go do four other houses today, and
mm,
mine was the smallest house. So the property that he did this job on, it wasn't a crazy big property. It's like 1,100 square feet, and that's including the garage. So
okay.
little gutters in the front, little gutters in the back. But I want everybody to know out there, if I need fast money and you don't, I'm assuming that you don't have a following on social media, you
Yeah.
don't have a lot of money to start off with, you're just average Joe Schmo nobody, that's cool. I'm average Joe Schmo nobody too, right? Start a
Mm,
service-based business and get to the money.
uh, I'm gonna debate the last thing you said, but okay, I love it. Startup costs approximately to start a pressure washing a gutter cleaning business.
I would say 1,500 bucks or less. I found this guy on an app called Thumbtack. So Thumbtack does cost a little money to market on there.
Yeah.
People like Thumbtack because Thumbtack gives you a certain level of insurance. For
Yeah.
homeowners and
Yeah.
investors like me, it give us a certain peace of mind. So that's why we go there. If you don't have
Okay.
any budget, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, word of mouth at your church, at wherever you go and frequent, let people know. And let me tell you, your ideal customers. Your ideal customers are elderly people and entrepreneurs. I own
Mm.
9 real estate properties now. I don't
Woo.
own a lawnmower. I don't own a pressure washer, but I still need them serviced.
Are all those properties owned free and clear?
Free and clear, no debt.
My man, JT. All right.
Yeah.
Let's say
I
that.
don't have a Lamborghini though. So for the listeners, hey, it cost me my Lamborghini. Nah, I never had one, but but it cost me my Lamborghini to pay off those properties free and clear. I got a Honda, so hey, it just depends, right? Are you okay with having over $1 million worth of real estate, but you don't have a hypercar, right? It's up to you.
I have some proteges turned friends of mine. Derek and Lex. They're a married couple. Derek is 33, Lex is 30. They
Awesome.
own combined 7 properties over the past 7, 8 years, a couple of duplexes, a couple of single families, everything's rented out. Approximately, they have over $600,000 in equity. Uh,
Awesome.
and they have very little to no debt. The debt might be a couple of mortgages and a HELOC. Their cars are 2015, 2011.
Yep.
They were in Africa for 2 months or 3 months, and they make enough money with their rental portfolio that they don't have to work full-time jobs. The choice is yours.
Yep.
You have the choice, bro. You want to be lit? See, very few people can do both,
Hmm.
and you got to pick which side you're going to be on: the lit side or the I can retire at 33 with my wife and with my daughter's side. Nothing is wrong, but
Yep.
which one is you?
And can we give them some of the secrets too? Right. So I
Let's
don't
do it.
want to offend any of my brothers and sisters out there that run this play, but we gonna keep it a buck with the people since they tuned into this episode. Is okay, it's different if me and Dre buy a Lamborghini and you buy a Lamborghini
Mm.
because our Lamborghini is going to pay for itself in less than a year and give us probably 6 to 7 figures on top of that. So, for example, Dre has a personal brand. I have a personal brand. If he
Yep.
goes out and gets a Lamborghini, let's be real. The average person don't know if his Lamborghini is a 2025 or if it's a 2019. Well, guess
Yeah.
what? His pockets know, because that's a multiple six-figure difference. So he can
Mhm.
go get a 2019 Lamborghini, pay between 150 to $200,000 for it, right? Every time he go to the gas station, every time he goes to a restaurant, every time he goes wherever he normally frequents, the gym or wherever, right? People gonna say, "Hey man, that's a nice car. What do you do?" Right? Dre is gonna say, "Hey, I teach ordinary people how to become extraordinary notaries." All right. Oh man, my mom a notary, my aunt a notary. I want to be a notary, right? Hey, yeah, you should tap into my program, right? How much is the program? My program's $5,000 or whatever price, right? Don't hold Dre to that price, but just the easy math, right? My program's $5,000. We show you everything you need to do to create a successful mobile notary business, right? It's gonna be a mentorship. We're gonna knock it out. And in 90 days or less, they're gonna be up and running, ready to buy their Lamborghini or whatever, right? So if the program is $5,000, all right, if 20 people over the course of 12 months buy it, that's 100,000. That's 100,000. 40 people,
You
that's
cooking.
200,000. He made all
You
his money
cooking.
back. And a lot of people that I know, a lot of your favorite influencers that you watch, man, they get these because they're marketing tools, and there's nothing wrong with that either. So I'm not
No,
saying this like they're doing anything bad. I understand now, as somebody that for years have not been showing a lot of lifestyle stuff, that there's nothing wrong with it, because if somebody's going to invest money with you, spend time with you, risk whatever they risk in order to get a transformation, they want to have some peace of mind that this works. So maybe to them, this
bingo.
works means you got a Lamborghini, you got a Rolls Royce, you got a nice house. I feel like this works because Dre has it, because JT has it. Whereas if I pull up in my Honda, right, Dre has a nicer car than me, so I'm gonna stick to Honda. But I pull up in my Honda, you like, man, JT don't make no money, right? So now I got to take you all around North and South Carolina and show you houses all day just for you to believe me. So either way, man, it's cool, but do understand that or that might be a reason for you to build a personal brand. So that way you could pay off your
Mhm.
Lamborghini in less than a year. I know some guys that make over $1 million a year off their vehicle, and this is not by putting it on Turo and renting it out. It's just a part of their brand.
Let's say the pressure washing, the gutter cleaning guy, pressure washing guy,
Yep,
has been in business 6 months. He's doing $10,000 a month. He
yep.
now wants to be like us, become a personal brand, and bring his information online and sell it. How
Yep.
do you tell him? And I'll give you my opinion after you go. How do you
Okay.
tell him to make $10,000 a month in the next 3 months?
On the education side,
Well,
he
okay, so
needs yeah, he needs a book funnel. So
okay.
for anybody that is unfamiliar with what a funnel is, right? A funnel in a nutshell is just a customer journey. So a
Mm,
customer journey to take an ideal customer from knowing that you exist all the way to buying from you once and time over again. The alternative to a funnel, just to make it even clearer, is a website. But if I go to your website and you have several different courses, several different books, several different services, and I have a limited amount of money, I don't know which one I should buy first, second, third, or whatever.
ooh,
A
that's good.
funnel just tells me, hey, quickly, here's exactly what you need. And then after you get this, get that. After you get that, get this. So it'll be upsells and downsells. We can go as deep into a funnel as possible. And there's a lot of different funnels. But
Yeah,
out of all of the different funnels out there, the only one that I need you to remember after watching this video is a book funnel, right? It's literally what it sounds. So you sell somebody an inexpensive book on the front end, and then that ascends them up through your product suite. The reason why you want to do a book funnel is because it liquidates itself. So more than likely, unless you have a personal brand or you cool with somebody that has a personal brand and will promote it for free as an affiliate, you're going to be Joe Schmo Nobody running ads, right?
yeah.
And there's some people out there, just to be real with you, I got friends of mine that spend over $3,000 every single day in ads. Now they make
Every day.
6, 7 figures a month. But Joe Schmo Nobody JT can't start off running $3,000 a day in ads. I might have to start off with 5, 10, 20, 30, $50, whatever my budget will allow. Well, what if I could sell this book and every time I spend $50 in ads, I make $100 worth of book sales? Well, now I
Mm,
can run ads infinitely. Now, all of the money I make off of the book, that don't go back into my pocket. That's the operation cost. Have you ever heard a
Operation.
business owner say, I can't afford to turn on ads, I can't afford to hire nobody? That's because they only have one end. They don't have a front end and a back end of their business. So front end, you sell them something inexpensive, right? If you've ever been to the mall, which I know we all have, and you walk past a Chinese restaurant, they give you that one piece of cold chicken on a toothpick, right? But if it
Yeah.
tastes good, you go buy an entire plate. So you're doing the same thing with digital products. So if that man or woman wants to now get into the education space, and I like that milestone that Dre put out there too, that's a nugget. A lot of people, they want to go start the business, make $100 and then make a training. No,
Bam.
actually get good at it, right? Get good at it. And I love the milestone of making at least $10,000 doing it, right? And now you have something that you could teach other people. But if they want to do that, we're going to start with an inexpensive book funnel, right?
Okay.
They're going to run ads because we Joe Schmo nobody with 0 followers, right?
Got
As fast as we can sell this book, we're going to make our money back. Now, how in the world do we do that, right? That's not by selling a 20, 30, 40, 50, $100 book. I'm going to tell you some game that I paid a mentor over $8,000 a month. Not $8,000 a year, not $8,000, for life. $8,000 a month. He makes over $1 million off of books. I've been writing books for a long time, but I ain't made $1 million in 1 year off of a book ever. But we make good money. So the magic number is $5. Right?
Okay.
Now I know that's gonna psych you out. $4.99, $5 book. Man, how I'm gonna do that? Well, think about just human psychology with me for a second. How negligible is $5? If you went and spent $5 at a fast food restaurant or at a dollar store or whatever, and you didn't even like what you bought, what's the chances of you going all the way back across town to try to get your $5 back, right? So there's no buyer's remorse at this price point, which allows you the ability to sell a lot of them. Right. What we also do on the front end is we give them a lot of freebies. What's some examples of some freebies? You bought the ebook. Well, of course, it's not an ebook, but just for illustrations, they bought your ebook. Then you sell them your audio book as well, or you give them the audio book for free, right? And then you give them a training course that is just a visual version of the ebook and audio book. And then you go give them a custom GPT, was absolutely free to make, right? You go develop a free custom GPT and chat GPT and say, hey, I'm also going to give you this free software as well that's going to help you get the result that you need. Now, this book, because I'm big on visual learning, so this book I wrote in 2018 was helping people start an independent courier service. So for $5, if I was going to run the play today, insert your business, gutter cleaning, house cleaning, car detailing, whatever your service-based business is, right? So for $4.99 or $5, you get the ebook on how to start to be an independent courier. And then you also get the audio book, and then you get the custom GPT that helps you find contracts in your area, right? Based off of the equipment that you have and the availability that you're willing to work. Because maybe you got a full-time job, maybe you got kids, maybe you can only do it on the weekend, but we're going to give you all of that for $4.99. That's a no-brainer. You're going to sell so many $5 books that you're going to make your money back as fast as you spend it. Now you got a front end. Right. But okay, JT, you said the front end is just operation costs. That's the money we spend in ads. That's the money that keeps the lights on. How do I put money in my pocket? So after they get the front end, then we can utilize something called an order bump on that same page. And an order bump can help them get the result faster. Or what I like to do, and it depends on who you're targeting, it solves the next problem. So in your book, from start to finish, solve the entire problem. Hey, you wanted to be a notary. Now you're a successful notary. Well, okay, I'm a successful notary. How do I make 6 figures a year as a notary? That might be the order bump, right? So whatever the next problem is that I know that you're going to have, that's an order bump. That's them just clicking a box on the same page to do this. If you don't know how to build this out, there's software like ClickFunnels. There's software like Go High Level. The simplest one that I know of is Systeme.io. Right? You can also build it out in WordPress. It's a little bit more sophisticated, but there's tools out there that give you templates. All you got to do is plug and play what product you want to sell. So Systeme.io, ClickFunnels, a Go High Level, WordPress, whatever you want to use. I'm using Systeme right now. Right. So if you want to use what I use, it's not a sponsored video. I'm just giving you all the gems because I love my brother Dre and I ain't gonna hold nothing
But
back.
we will take a sponsor though.
Yeah. Oh, for
For our
sure.
for our weekly show, we will take a sponsor. So what should I'm gonna bring up some a
Okay.
place to write some notes to, to make it real practical for our people here. What should they charge when they start to sell their time and or more detailed information? And let's just draw it out for people, the
Yep.
$10,000 number. Let's figure
Let's
out a
say
way.
$4.99 up front.
Okay,
That's the first
499.
thing they getting. That's your
All right.
book with a couple of freebies. Your order bump should be $14.99.
Okay.
That's going to bring your average cart value up to $20. Not everybody is going to buy everything, you guys. So that's just our disclaimer, but a certain
Okay.
percentage of people are going to buy it, right? So
Gotcha.
that's on your first page. Right now, your average cart value is around $20, give or take, right?
Okay.
If you're spending more than $20 to acquire a lead, you're probably running bad ads, like the ads just not good, or you're trying to target a high ticket customer, which is not
Mm,
bad. That just means that you're going to charge more on the back end, right? So roughly
got
$20 on that very first page. You shouldn't be spending more than that, especially if you're a newbie and you only made $10,000 doing the thing. If you're paying more than $20 to acquire a customer, you got to check your ad. Something in your ad is not good, it's not compelling, and you could just tweak your copy or your video and get it well under $20, right? That's
Okay,
page
cool.
one. All right.
Got
Page
it.
two, right? Page two, it now helps them get the result faster, right?
Okay.
Or it solves the next problem, because it depends on which one you used as an order bump. So if you gave them this as an order bump, then page two is this, right? So page two, it depends on what your order bump was. It either solves the next problem or it helps them get the result faster,
Okay.
right?
So
So
let's
now this still shouldn't take any of your time. So how can I help you get the results faster, right? Could I give you my strategy, my whole marketing blueprint with templates? So for example, if I'm a gutter cleaning business, you got my gutter cleaning ebook, audio book, and you got a custom GPT that'll help you create your flyers, your email, your text message campaign, because you're gonna start marketing to get your buyers, right? Okay,
okay.
that's page one, right? And then on the upsell on that, maybe I'm going to also give you, a master class on how do you hire people at a profit, how do you automate this business with software tools, scheduling tools, blah 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 blah. All of that, it makes that $14.99 a no-brainer, right? Now on
Okay.
this page, right now we're talking about, okay, what do we need next? All right, okay, I
Got it.
got a successful business. Go ahead.
No, no, go. Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
Keep
now
cooking.
on the second page, now if we haven't solved their next problem yet, solve the next problem, right? If
Okay.
we've already solved the next problem with the order bump, how can we get the result faster? So can I give you my exact ads, right? So this is a no-brainer, right? Can I tell you, okay, would you like to have the exact framework that we've used to make $10,000 in a month? And not
Mm-mm.
only am I going to give you our exact framework that you can use in your local market, I'm going to also give you my psychology, so that way if these ads ever stop performing at optimal level, you know how to build your own custom converting ads as well, right?
All right.
So this is, how do you get unlimited money coming in? How do you scale this business so you can have a work-life balance and never worry about having to go get a job ever again, right? So
Okay.
that's an example for what page two is. And then the third one, just to keep this as a fairly simple funnel, is that's when they can book a call to work with you one-on-one. But before they can just book a call, you're going to use a type form, right? Type form is just a software, but you're going to
Yep.
use a form where they're going to answer qualifying questions. So of course you
Got
want
you.
to know their name, email address, and phone number. You probably already have that, but it's still good to collect again. You want to know how much money they have to invest, how fast are they trying to move forward, what's keeping them from doing this on their own, right?
Ooh, that's
What you
good.
want to do is, when you're asking these questions, not only do you want to qualify that this person is a good fit for your premium value offer or high ticket offer, you also want them to disqualify themselves, because you don't want to be on
Mm.
the phone all day talking to people that say that they don't have any money. So you want to start asking questions like, well, what's stopping you from solving this on your own, right? hey, we get our clients, $100,000 a year in returns, and we usually charge, a four-figure investment for that, right? Are you interested and able to make a four-figure investment on the time and day of your call, right? If they say yes, great, move forward. If they say no, what we do is literally in parentheses besides no, we say, hey, this is a paid investment for your future. If you're not ready for that, we will not book this call. All right.
Okay.
So just ask those qualifying questions. Chat GPT is your best friend if you never did it before, or you can funnel hack. Funnel hack is you go find an entrepreneur that you like, you go apply for their stuff, and you just copy and paste all of their questions and throw it into your type form. So you can either chat GPT it, or you can funnel hack somebody where you go find your favorite entrepreneur and you just run through theirs and ask those questions, right? Now,
Okay.
people are going to lie. So some people are going to squeeze through your funnel and still not have the money to pay, but this is
That's
going to
true.
drastically reduce the number of calls that you have, right? So after they go through your whole funnel, what happens next? They should get a thank you page. Last page is a thank you page, and then you don't leave them in the dark. You let them know what happens next. Hey, check your email to get access to your books, your training course, your GPT, your whatever, whatever. Hey, if you opted in to do the one-on-one, be sure to, set a reminder on your calendar. So on the thank you page, this is where you tell them exactly where to go get what they bought. Now, this sounds like a no-brainer, but if you just run somebody through the funnel and then say, all right, cool, it's over with, and they're like, wait, like it's kind of like you left them hanging, right? Like, okay, so I bought all of this stuff, but where is it? How do I get it? When do we start? So give them a thank you page, and on a thank you page, also invite them to join your community if you have a community. If you don't yet have a community, start a free Facebook page or a free Patreon page, right? And only the people that have went through this funnel, you got their name, email address, and phone number, can join this private group. How do you know they already went through the funnel? Instead of just being a group where they can just join, it's one of those groups where it asks them some questions and then they got to be approved. You literally ask them, what name, email address, and phone number did you use when you went through the whatever the name of your funnel is, right? So that being said, you run them straight through it. If you don't mind, Dre, I would like to share my screen and show them a funnel that is actually like we're using right now, and this
Okay,
funnel
cool.
cranks out like $1,000 every other day for us.
Let's
All right,
do
let
it.
me see. Let me pull it up first because I know I'm doing a lot of talking, and you might be like, "All right, that's cool," but what does that really look like? Um, okay, I got it pulled up here. So, and if you guys got any questions, you always know I'm an open book. Share, boom.
So,
Go ahead, go
what
ahead.
should they be charging for the one-on-one coaching?
I would say that your one-on-one coaching shouldn't be any less than $3,000. Of
Okay.
course, it's very hard to charge above your level of conviction. Understand
Mm,
this: you're not scamming anybody, you're not taking advantage of anybody. What your one-on-one coaching is really accountability. It doesn't even have to be any new information. Let me tell you guys the best definition of confidence. Because Dre, I said one of these days, maybe when I get older and I got time to do it, I'm gonna write an entrepreneurial dictionary because there can be a language barrier between me and you, even if we both speak English. So confidence, what confidence means to an entrepreneur is the memory of success. So what they're paying for when they join your high ticket mentorship is not brand new information that they never heard of before. Now, the reason why I don't recommend that you hold your brand new sauce all the way to the end is because that sauce might be what gets people to pay 3,000, 5,000, $8,000 a month, like I was paying to a mentor. The most I paid a single mentor was $30,000, right, to mentor me, and it was well worth the investment. So, my whole thing is I really want you all to know that this works, and you shouldn't charge any less than $3,000. And what you're giving them, right? So if I give Dre $1,000, right, and I'm scared to give it to him because I never paid somebody $3,000 since we said that's the minimum. If I'm scared to give Dre $3,000 because I never paid anybody this much money to teach me something, right? Is Dre nervous that he's not going to be able to help me become a successful notary? Absolutely not. Why? Because Dre has been a successful notary year after year after year. And what we're going to do is Dre is going to tell us, hey, do this, do that. It might be something I never heard of, something I never did before, something that I'm a little bit afraid of, but I'm going to still do it. Why? Because Dre already has the memory of success, that when you do it this way, it works. And that's what you're selling. You're selling the memory of success, right? Elon Musk ain't scared to build a rocket ship to go to the moon. All right. I don't even know how to build a go-kart. But if a company was looking to build rocket ships because of whatever reason, you would go spend billions of dollars with Elon, and you probably wouldn't give me $1,000 to build your rocket ship to the moon. Why? Because people pay a premium for the memory of success, and that's what you give them at the highest level. Now, of course, if you want to give them advanced strategies and secrets and all of that, that's cool. But really, confidence. Believe it or not, and then we're going to get into the funnel. There is so much free game on social media that if you're just willing to spend 3 to 5 years of your life, you can learn everything about whatever you wanted to. Now, is that the most efficient way? No, because we got to understand that the accumulation of knowledge isn't learning. So some people think just because I accumulated a lot of knowledge, I'm learning something, where that's not the case, right? So that's my soapbox about that. Can y'all see my screen? Drake, can you see my screen?
Yep,
All
we
right,
see
so
it.
all right, so this is the back end of Systeme, right? Systeme.io. So, like I told you guys, I'm not telling you to go put your money into something that I wouldn't do. And this funnel has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages, and I'll run through every page real quick for the sake of time. So, this is what it looks like on the back end, but I'll show you guys what the actual funnel looks like. So, this is page 1. So I have a few followers on social media. So I drive traffic from social media to here. If I didn't have any followers, I would drive traffic with ads. Reason why I want to tell you where I'm getting my traffic from is because I have a certain like, know, and trust with my audience that allows my prices to be different. So the prices I gave you in the breakdown, that's Joe Schmo Nobody. That's how you get lay down sales. Once you build a personal brand, you can charge based off of that relationship, right? People don't buy products, they buy brand. People don't buy products, they buy brand, right? So what I want to hit them with is a bold heading and then a video, right? A bold heading and then a video. Unlock the secrets to earning $1,000 plus in just 30 days. No loans, no debts, no gimmicks. Get instant access to proven money making strategies that pay your bills fast, even if you have zero resources or experience, right? So this is a pitch for a ebook, right? So I had my friend, we went to this was around Halloween time. We went to Spirit Halloween. We got a cheap wolf outfit, and we put together this skit, right? So the whole goal of this video was our attempt to be funny, right? So hey, if you watch it, it may or may not be funny to you, but it was our attempt to be funny, right? It's no fancy camera. If you guys can't tell, when you see a vertical video like this, somebody shot it with their phone. Literally, this is a cell phone, just like some of you all may be watching this on, or everybody has a cell phone, right? So we took a cell phone and we recorded this video, and then there was black space on either side. I said, you know what? We're going to take advantage of that real estate, put an image of the book on either side. So the name of the book, right, is Wolf at the Door. So in the South, because that's predominantly who we're targeting here, Wolf at the Door means pending doom. It means, hey, trouble is coming soon, for anybody that's never heard that phrase before, right? So we did a bold headline. We did a video, right? Right here, all we want is their name, email address, and phone number. Here's something I want you guys to notice. We do not tell them the price on page 1. Bold headline, captivating video, the shorter the better. Name, email address, phone number. Do not tell them people the price on the first page. Well, why not, JT? They need to know the price before they buy, and we will tell them the price before they buy. But not to date this video, but we're recording this on a Monday. Well, what if you get paid Friday? If I show you the price, let's say the price is $100, right? If you don't have $100 to spend right now today, what are you going to do? Well, I don't need to fill out this. I'm going to just bounce and I'll come back on Friday with the $100. So much life is going to happen in between today and Friday that you're going to forget. Man, the kids need something, your significant other needs something, you need something, the church needs something. So much life has happened that you're like, hey, look, I don't even remember what I was supposed to do. It was something I seen Monday, but oh well, it don't matter, right? It'll come back to me. And then now you missed out on a potential customer that would buy it. So right now, all we want them to give us is name, email address, and phone number. That's all we want to see. Name, email address, and phone number, right? So they're going to get that, and then they're going to hit this button right here. Call, it says get instant access now. And that takes them to page 2. Let me close out some of this so it's not as crazy looking. That's going to take them to page 2 of our funnel. So this is what we see. This is what they're going to see. So this is the second funnel step. Oh, did I click the wrong thing? Oh, yep. I clicked the wrong thing, you guys. So that's lead magnet. We need to order form needs to be selected. All right. Now this is page 2. Okay, got it. Right. So again, the background is the book cover. We made this book cover using Midjourney. Midjourney is an AI tool. You can also use ChatGPT, which is an AI tool. Now you could go to Fiverr and you could pay somebody to make it, or you could use ChatGPT or Midjourney and make it yourself. But anything that I'm doing here, I'll tell you exactly how we made all of it, and it's completely up to you if you want to do it our way or not. Like I said, this funnel prints around $1,000 every other day off of just this simple funnel, right? And that's good money. So countdown timer. You need to give urgency, right? You need, if you don't give people a reason to be urgent, then they'll never be urgent. So countdown timer right here. They got 6 minutes and 12, 11, 10. You see it counting down right here. Limited time offer, only 7 minutes left. So that the timer starts at 7 minutes, right? Your only chance to outsmart the wolf. Don't miss the one-time opportunity. Now, if they would have watched the video, which was on page 1, they already understood the whole, the story we're telling them, the wolf at the door journey we're taking them on, right? So you remember I told you guys about an order bump, right? So here's that order bump. It's a $23 order bump. All they got to do is check that box and they'll, oh, didn't want to do all of that. Hold on one second. I think it's because of the demo mode I'm in. But all they got to do is check that box right there to accept the $23 audio book offer in this funnel. All right. Then they'll fill out this form. So the book itself is 47, right? And
Okay.
then I'm going to hit 23. Matter of fact, let me see where does it take us if it does that? Because that is, yep. We're going to leave all of this in there. So, yep, that's something that my team will look at. But, okay, it's working normal now, looks like. Okay, yep, maybe it was just something weird on my end. But now you guys can see audio book bundle one time, $23. Total cart has been $70, right? Now, again, if you do not have a personal brand, this will look like $4.99. This will look like $19.99. This will look like $20, right? Or $14.99 and $4.99, right? Now, this is, again, a reason why you should learn from me, Dre, or whoever, how to build a personal brand, because you could build a brand faster at $70 on average a customer than on $20, right? So a little over 3 times as much. So that's that order.
I'm hopping there, JT. Well, why don't we do a joint 2-day workshop showing people how to build a personal brand?
Oh, for sure. For
sure. Let's do it.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, if you guys are interested, put in the comment section. Matter of fact, all right, we'll even come up with a pre-registration form. Hey, register for the event, right? We'll break this down, and it's way easier than doing it the way that I started, where you just had to dump a whole lot of content out there and see what sticks. So this is page 2, and again, now they see the price. If they don't have the money and they leave, or if they just don't like the price, What do we have? Name, email address, phone number. I can email them on Friday. I can text them on Friday. I use mobile text alerts to send my texts. I use Beehive to send my emails. Beehive
Mm.
is newsletter software. Mobile text alert is text message software. You don't got to use what I use, but I'm gonna tell you because ain't no gatekeeping around me, right? Most people are too lazy to do the work anyway. So I'm gonna challenge you to prove us wrong and actually do it. So okay, so now we're on page 3, right? So now this is the third page of this funnel. I gotta move around because on my screen where we are. Let me get this up. So they saw the funny video, they gave us their name, email address, and phone number. Then on page 2, if they bounced, we'll email them and text them to get them to come back through the funnel again. If they went ahead and bought the ebook, audio book, or at least just the ebook, we made $47. That's great, but we still left a lot of meat on the bone. So now we're going to try to upsell them. You will also hear this referred to as an OTO. OTO is a one-time offer, right? So this is build it once, get paid forever. We're actually going to build their sales funnel for them. Here's a pro tip
Mm.
for anybody out there because I know somebody is already they head spinning. JT saying a lot of good information, but it won't work for me, right? So here's a nugget for watching this video this long. I partnered with a gentleman that charges $297. That's my price. I help this guy make a whole lot of money online, so that's not his general public price. My price, he charged $297 to do it. I want you guys to see how much we charge for it, right? So
Wow.
this is basically telling them, hey, if you want us to help you create an irresistible offer and a funnel that drives traffic to that offer, right? 24/7. So I woke up this morning to digital product sales. So we're
Mm.
telling them for $497, right? It's definitely a $5,000 value. You always want to price anchor them. You got to let them know because sometimes if people go buy your product for $10, they make the mistake of thinking that price is the value. No, you
Yeah,
always want to have a value that exceeds the price. But sometimes people don't know that the price and the value, there's a disparity there, there's an arbitrage there. So we always tell them what the value is and we tell them the price. So that way you don't think that, oh man, we getting rich, right? So I pay a gentleman $297. We charge $497. This is $200 passive income that I'm making every time somebody buys this order, right?
it's a win.
Right. So if you're out there and you say, well, hey, JT, I don't know how to do this, but I know people need that. I don't know how to do that, but people need that. Why not go find the companies that do that? Ask them what's a fair price they would charge if you were to drive traffic to them, right? And they might say, hey, well, we normally charge this much. Well, are y'all willing to work with me as an affiliate? If I was an affiliate, how much would y'all give me? 10%, 50%, whatever, right? Just mark up the price accordingly. And now, hey, when people hit your upsell, they're going to pay X amount of dollars. You're going to take the cut, send it over to the people to do the work for you. It's a win-win relationship, right? So you don't have to do everything by yourself. So this right here is helping them come up with the irresistible offer. And an irresistible offer is an offer so good your ideal customers feel stupid telling you no. And then a
Mm.
funnel, because like we said, you need a book funnel, right? So this led off with a book funnel. Now we're saying you need this same machine that we're using on you. You need one of these to use on your ideal customers as well. We'll build that for you as well, right? So that's on the third page, right? So if we just keep a rough tally for me, Dre, it was $47 for the ebook,
Yep.
$23 for the audio book. We're at
Hmm.
497 so far. I'm gonna ask you for the total here in a second.
Okay.
497 for the offer creation and sales funnel, right? But we not done with them yet. We got one more OTO, one time offer, right? Now they need traffic. So you know how to make money. You got an
Yep.
irresistible offer. You have a sales funnel that'll take a stranger through your product suite and tell them exactly what they need and why, right? But
Okay.
now, where are you gonna get the people from? Now you need to drive traffic to that machine that you've already built. So Now I did a separate partnership with another gentleman. He not 297, he costs more money, right? But did a separate partnership with another gentleman, and this is for 2997, right?
Okay.
So for $3,000 now. Now, of course, this is for 2 months of marketing, no ads being required, and we're gonna just drive traffic from organic social media, from our email list, from our text list, from paid ads. We're gonna just throw everything we can, right? That's relevant to your offer, right? We're gonna throw everything we can for 2 months consistently into pretty much front loading your business with leads and sales, right? So of course we can't guarantee anything. That's just FTC regulations, but we're going to say, hey, look, do you want somebody that's experienced at making 6 and 7 figures to drive traffic to your situation? If the answer is yes, hey, here's your one-time offer or OTO to do it. They'll say yes or no, right? So now that's 2997, right? On this page, we're expecting only 1 to 3% of the people that get here to say yes. Only 1 to 3% of the people that get here are going to say yes. Not everybody's going to give you $3,000, because keep in mind, I told you we're averaging around $1,000 every other day off of this. So some days we might
Good.
sell this offer, then we might go a couple of days where all they do is buy the book. So once we average it out, it averages out to about $1,000 a day, right? So that's how it works. It's not a perfect world. And then, like I told you guys, we need that thank you page. So on that thank you page, we're not leaving them in the dark. Please check your email to access your orders. We've sent all the details and resources you need to the email address you provided during checkout to ensure you don't miss anything, right? Check your inbox, your promotions, your spam folders, and we also give them a support email as well if after they check all of those boxes, for whatever reason they don't have it, so we can get it to them ASAP. So this is a step-by-step funnel that prints for us around $1,000 every other day, right?
Impressive.
Yep.
Impressive. Woo. That's
And
detailed,
anybody
baby.
can build one of those.
That is
Anybody.
detailed.
Yep.
Now, if we go back a step, for the $3,000 minimum coaching that you recommend for the one-on-one coaching, is
Yep.
that for a month? Is that for 3 months? How long does that last for?
In that funnel, that's actually not even coaching. That's just marketing.
No, but
Oh yeah.
somebody
Yeah,
else.
for
Somebody
the
else.
3,000. Yeah, for their offer, I don't think that you should go past 90 days.
90 days.
Right?
Okay.
If you could do it in 1 month, you can. And I'm gonna be honest with you, you probably could give them everything they know in a month, but they're going to be afraid. If you're dealing with people that have never invested in this type of thing, they might be
Mm,
afraid, or they might have a learning curve that is above 30 to 45 days. So what you'll find yourself doing is probably front loading them with everything they need to do up front, and now you're an accountability coach. Now you're
yeah.
just there to say, hey Dre, did you make that post on your Instagram? No, man. My dog got sick. My daughter's sick. My girl wanted this. My mom wanted that. Hey, Dre, I understand that. That's great. But hey, you told me you wanted to build a 6-figure notary business. Man, you gotta, okay, if you can't consistently post on social media, I get it. Hey, cut on ads, right? You gotta turn on those ads, Dre. You gotta constantly have people aware of your business, or else how you gonna make money? Right. Next time you talk to Dre,
Hmm.
man, I ran ads a little bit, but man, I ain't get nothing, right? So I cut them off, right? So now, of course, nothing's gonna happen. Well, okay, Dre, let's share your screen, show me your ad, right? And your ad is just a whole bunch of words, just like somebody got to read an entire book in order to figure out what in the world you selling. Okay, Dre, can you condense this down to like a 45-second video, right? And can you just
Hmm.
be straight to the point, high energy, and just tell people exactly what it is? That's what you're going to find out, right? Now, a lot of people, if you ask them, because remember what I told you, people lie. If you ask them, they're going to say, I want 12 months. I want 6 months. I want your entire life mentorship, right? And that's because they're afraid. Fear
They're
comes from a
afraid.
lack of knowledge. So I want you to understand that your job is not to accommodate them by saying, I'm going to give you 6 months, 12 months, my entire life. You're going to say, hey,
Yeah.
look, my goal here is to get you to making money as fast as possible, right?
Hmm.
You don't want to wait my entire lifetime to recoup your $3, $5, $10,000 investment. Ideally, if you could get your $3,000 back today, would you not want to make it back today? Absolutely. Right. So my thing is, I want to get you your money back as soon as possible. So that way you can make as much money as possible on the back end. And you know why I want to do that? Because if you give me a fire testimonial, I'm going to get 5, 10, 50, 100 more clients. Right. And we
Mm-hmm.
might even partner in the future on something.
Bingo. Just to let you know that JT isn't lying about the six-figure number. This came through yesterday, JT,
Yeah.
from a student. Hey, bro, I took your course. What year is that, JT?
2015,
What year are we in now?
2025, 10 years later. Yep.
So this isn't a fly-by-night, or here today, going tomorrow. 10 years, like literally 10 years
Yep.
anniversary. That's actually my first course launch then. After I saw you online for 10 years, I've been running a successful mobile notary business in Dallas, Texas. Since 2019, I've been full-time. How many years has he been full-time for, JT?
From since 2019 to now, about 6 years.
Bingo.
Yep.
Since 2021, I've been making six figures.
So the last 4 years. Yep.
Six figures, 4 years, just from my notary business alone, which has given me time, freedom, and flexibility to venture into other entrepreneurial endeavors. I'm a big believer that your first business doesn't have to be your end business. But if you
Yep.
need money, do needed stuff.
Yep.
Go be an artist when you got some damn money. All right, entrepreneurial endeavors. Business has been this business, notary business has been the biggest blessing for my life. I never stop to tell you thanks, Sebastian.
Yep. Shout out to Sebastian.
And I want people to get this in context. Some people, if they don't make a sale the first 2 days, their life is over. Oh my God, my life is over.
Yep.
Just stay with it. Stay with it and gradually grow. Now, JT, with these kind of results,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think I should be charging for my programs if I'm getting, and he's not just the only one. I got a lot
Yep.
of these. What should I be charging?
Yep. How many years have you been doing the business?
I've been a notary public for 20 years. 20 years
All
this
right.
year.
All right. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is easily a $10,000 offer or better for
Mm-hmm.
90 days of coaching. Right. Now, understand this too, that if for you and for anybody that's watching, right, $10,000 doesn't have to be paid all up front. There are companies out there that will finance this as well. Right.
Okay.
So you can definitely offer financing to them, but it's really about understanding what they want. So $10,000 is a lot of money if you selling pencils. So okay, a $10,000 pencil, that's
Yeah,
that's pretty expensive.
that's a
But
lot.
framing is, how do we get our ideal customer to understand the value that we bring to the marketplace? So at $10,000, right, we're telling them, hey, I got 2 decades of experience of
Yeah.
doing the business myself. I've
Yep.
helped X amount of people already achieve what you achieve. Over these years, not only have I gotten better at doing the thing, I've actually got better at teaching people how to do the thing as well. So I'm going to help you do the thing faster than I did it, faster than the previous students did it. And basically, I'm going to give you a business that you could teach your kids, your grandkids,
Mm,
whoever else. You could build an empire, right? Most people don't make six figures, contrary to popular belief, right? So most people don't make six figures. All right. So, man, six figures is life changing money. I don't care if you a millionaire or not. I got some rich friends that act like it ain't a lot of money. Man, it's a lot of money.
it's a
Right.
lot of money.
So six figures is a lot of money. I don't care if you in New York, California, Hawaii, wherever you feel like the cost of living is high, right? It's still a lot of money. It might not be as much money as you want, but it's still good money regardless of where you are in the world. So, like,
Whew.
definitely that's a 9997 offer, right? There's companies out there like Fan Basis you could partner with that already have
Mm,
built-in relationships with financing companies as well. And man, you could, that's a 10K offer, right? But how I would do it though is you don't just plaster it as like $10,000. That's something that's done over a sales call, because the people
yeah.
that's going to pay it, they're going to have a pain. Because keep in mind, it's 1 to 3 people, 1 to 3%, right? Not 1 to 3
Yeah.
people. 1 to 3% of the people that follow you are going to buy that offer. So, what's your total follow? Hold on, let me cut my phone on. I cut it off because I didn't want any distractions. Matter of fact, I'll use the calculator on the computer
Yeah.
instead. So, what's your total following count right now across all social media?
All right. So we have 44,000. We have 12,000, 5,000. Those are my Instagram pages combined. Um, YouTube, almost 8,000.
Okay, 8,000.
Facebook, Facebook combined pages, that's about 8,000 as well.
Okay. And we're going to say that there's going to be some crossover. So it's going to be,
Yeah.
it's going to be not an exact number that we're going to give here, right? Because certain people follow Dre on every platform. So, we can factor that in as well. So even if we want to, because I got 77,000,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I'm going to overshoot it for the pessimists. Let's say 30% of those people are the same people. So we subtract 23, 1. So if we subtract 23,000 from that. So
Okay.
77,000 minus the same people that just follow you everywhere because they love you, right? That'll give you 53,900 unique people. All right. If
Okay.
we be conservative, multiply that number times 1%. That means that there's 539 people right now because his following grows every single day. There's 539 people that if you could get in front of them with the right offer, right, they'll be willing to buy your high ticket offer. So if we take 539
Mm.
times $10,000, right, that's $5.39 million.
Woo.
And what's your highest ticket offer right now?
Actually, $3,000.
Yeah. Yep, yep. So I'm like, so I mean, we did that based off of 10,000. So yep, so we can subtract the difference to say that's what you're leaving on the table right now.
Yeah.
3,000 is fine, right? But I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying if I was you, I would do 10,000. So I've been an entrepreneur for since 2014, right? So
Okay.
not quite as long as you. So this is my 11th year. And you also, Dre, and listeners here, you need a VIP day. VIP day is one of Myron Golden is the first person that I ever heard that did it. I got to give credit to him, but I ran into a
Mm-hmm.
lot of other people since then that were offering it. But I guess he just made it cool to say out loud. But man, a VIP day is not 10, 12 hours. Doesn't even have to be 8 hours unless you want it to be. But
Mm-hmm.
this is when you allow somebody to come in your space. That doesn't mean your home, doesn't even mean your office. But you can meet them at Starbucks. You can get a co-working space, and you allow them to have an immersive experience where they get everything they need from you in one single day. Now, certain people charge a crazy amount of money for this, right? And I'm talking about 6 figures plus. But
Mm-hmm.
if you don't want to charge, 6 figures plus for it, what this does is this allows everybody to see everything they need to do. And what I recommend is first add a zero to that price at the end and actually give them some things, right? So they actually leave there with some things. I'm telling you, Dre, a guy came, the same guy came. He did 2 VIP days with me at $7,500 a day. All right. He
Wow.
said $100,000 in 45 days. The reason why
Whoa.
he came back the second time is because he said, man, the first time, I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to see the city. We gonna keep it a buck. We men here. Man, I had a
Yep.
lady friend and I wanted to go spend some time, go out to eat, hang out with my lady friend. He was from another state, right? So he was like,
Okay.
man, I don't come here that often. So I want to go catch up with an old friend. So I ain't gonna lie, I was learning, but I wasn't really in it. He said he went and did a third of what I taught him. And man, he made $40,000. He said, man, look, I need to
Wow.
come back again. I need everything over again. And man, he made from the time he came from the first event all the way to 45 days after that, he came back a second time, $100,000, right? Now, if you
Okay.
charge $7,000 instead of 700, right? The reason why it's more valuable to them, because I'm gonna be real with you, Dre. I'm gonna challenge you. At
Okay.
$700, it might be more valuable to you than it is to them. At
Mm.
$7,000, can you, not saying you physically have to do it, but can
Yeah,
they leave there with a Google business page? Can they leave there with the website? Can they leave
absolutely.
there with some initial ads already set up and preloaded in their ad account? Right? Could they
Hmm.
leave there with I don't know how you feel about offline marketing like bandit signs or whatever, but can they leave there with some marketing materials, whether it's digital or online? So
Okay.
at $700, if you did all of that, you ain't made nothing. But at $7,000,
1,000
yeah, now you
different
got,
experience.
if you was happy with 700, you got $6,300 worth of stuff that you can give them. Okay, you're gonna have your website done, your Google business page done, your ads gonna be set up. Shoot, we might
Hmm.
even test out some ads for you, right? So
Okay.
we'll test out your ads. Hey, you know what? Do you want well, I don't know if this is all fictitious, you guys. So don't hold Dre to it. Hey, I might even do a checkup on you. So $7,000, you come to Atlanta, you spend 4 hours with me. I tell you everything that I do, show you exactly how I do it. Then you leave with everything to go do it for yourself. And then you know what? In 30 days, I'm gonna fly out to you and we gonna do a checkup. Right, because
Oh,
it's
that's
one thing
fine.
to get on a Zoom call and lie to me and say this and say that, but hey, I'm gonna pull up on you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
mean all of that was accounted for in the VIP day price. Now I'm not you. That's extreme. You don't got to physically go out to them unless they in
That's a
like
good
Miami
idea,
or
though.
somewhere nice.
That's
Yep,
a good idea.
because without saying the name of the person that does it, right? There's a gentleman, and if you guys are great at charades, you might already know. There's a guy that charges $300,000 for a VIP day. We're gonna do a little math, y'all. And I got a South Carolina education. So if I could do it, you
All
can do
right.
it. $3,000 to do a VIP day with him, right?
3,000 or
I
300,000?
mean 300,000, excuse me.
Okay.
300,000. That is, more than what a house costs in a lot of places. $300,000 you could spend 4 to 6 hours with them. When you come there, you're going to talk about your offer. Once y'all hash out the details of y'all offer, his team builds your offer on the spot. They build
Wow.
out your entire offer. He
Damn.
has an email list of 1 million people, right? He's going to blast out an email marketing campaign and a text message marketing campaign to his audience on your behalf. So imagine the relationship Dre has with his followers. So if Dre
Mm.
co-sign me or co-sign you watching this saying, hey, if you're a Notary Republic, you need to buy your stamp from Stamps by JT or whatever relevant product it is, right? I would probably get a fairly good conversion rate. So let's say out of 1 million people, all right, 1 million people, 20% of those people actually look at the email and buy whatever it says. Right? That's not a
Okay.
ton of people, but that's
200,000.
200,000 people. Right? Now I
Number.
only spent 300,000 for the day. Now only is relative because that's a lot of money. Right? If the stamp was $2, I made $100,000 in a day by investing in that VIP day.
Wow.
Right? So if your
7,000 it
stamp is,
is.
yeah. Yep. So
I'm ready.
so I want you guys to understand that one of my mottos is your only limitation is your imagination, right?
Yeah.
And one of the mantras that I want you to adopt if you feel like you can't do this because you're living paycheck to paycheck and you don't have time, energy, or resources to do anything else is that if you treat your paycheck like a fire extinguisher, you'll never have the resources to build a fireproof house. So
Damn, that's good.
you can't always be okay, man. Hey, as soon as my money comes, I gotta pay this bill, I gotta pay that bill. The kids need this, spouse need that. That's cool, right? It's time to have a family meeting, old school. All right, hey, family meeting. Hey, look, I make $2,000 a month, family. Our bills
Mm,
are $1,800 a month, family. I got
mhm.
$50 a week or $200 left over for us to, maybe go to the park and do this, do that, something inexpensive, something free that we can do. Right? I'm not happy here. We're one flat tire away, or if we're the victims of a hit and run, right? We're
Yeah.
one small accident. It don't even got to be our fault. We're one
Hmm.
emergency away from being bankrupt. right? If my car breaks down and it's a cash car, no warranty, I don't got no money saved up and the engine blows out, right, man? Look, I lose my job, we lose our house, everything goes downhill, right? Being adult is about being proactive, not reactive. So we got to have these conversations and say, hey, look, I'm putting all the cards on the table. We're going to have to cut back, right? Hey, I know you love karate practice, son, you gonna have to practice in the backyard, right? I gotta recapture some of that. Hey, look, I know we on Verizon, top of the line plan, Boost Mobile and crickets for the whole game,
Gotta
right?
go.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be real with you. As crazy as this sounds, right? This is how I started. So I started off downgrading from T-Mobile to Boost Mobile. I started
Mm,
off downgrading from full coverage to liability insurance. I
mm,
started off, as much as we knock McDonald's and Taco Bell, and that's not real food, hey, it's way cheaper than some other alternatives. So, and now, of course, I'm back on my health kick trying to get back right. But not saying you literally got to go through our route, but it's going to get uncomfortable, right? The path to success is uncomfortable. I know you look at Dre and other people and say, hey, look, if I had his life, if I had their life, man, I'll have it made. It'll be excellent, right? The path to success is uncomfortable, right? I'm trying to build an 8-figure company. I'm trying to cross over 10 million. Then I want to build a 9-figure company and cross over 100 million, right? When I talk to my mentors at that level, right? If I talk to a 9-figure mentor, I'm doing everything wrong. If I'm talking to an 8-figure mentor, you doing everything right. It's just a matter of time. Just keep doing what you're doing, right? So, man, there's always going to be next levels. There's always going to be more for you to do, right? So I want you guys to understand, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Stop being so doggone worried about the price of everything, right?
mm.
Now, people know we talked about price and value before, but doubling down on it, just because Dre said it's $7,000 to spend a day with them, your mindset, which this would be a poverty mindset if you had it, man, what he gonna tell me in a day that's worth $7,000? Nothing. Right, right. We not even trying to tell you nothing that's worth $7,000 in a day. What I want to do is give you my belief system, because that's more
Bingo.
important anyway. Because even if Dre gave you every strategy he knows for the past 20 years, if your mindset is wrong, if your belief system is wrong, you'll figure out a way. Well, it don't work like it worked 20 years ago, Dre. Well, okay, I don't have the money you got, Dre. Well, I'm not in the same market as you, Dre, right? Your mindset, right? I come from Frog-Leg, South Carolina, right? Middle of nowhere. All right. Population 3,000 people. It's not really called Frog Legs, but it might as well be. But but middle of nowhere, South Carolina, right? So my mom never made more than $11 an hour. My mom had 5 kids. My dad died when I was 11. Love my mom to
Mm.
death, but let's be real, right? Ain't nobody looking for, to help out a woman with 5 kids, right? So she
Tough.
was a single parent, because that's a big
Mm-hmm.
ask, right? Ain't nobody trying to
Mm-hmm.
hear your husband died, of natural causes at work, right? My dad worked at the Tupperware plant, but my dad died when I was 11 years old. Left my mom with 5 kids. My mom worked at a daycare center. She never made more than $11 an hour. My grandmother got dementia and then later Alzheimer's. I'm no mathematician, but I could tell you, if you divide $11 an hour by your 5 kids, by taking care of your mother who has dementia and Alzheimer's, and taking care of yourself, plus the mortgage, plus the van payment, plus trying to have
Mm-hmm.
some sort of life for yourself, you ain't got nothing, right? So coming from that, right, the stereotypical, right, I'm supposed to have several baby mamas. I'm supposed to be locked up in jail or at least been in prison before, right? So the
Yeah.
stereotype of that environment isn't multi-millionaire, brand builder, helping other people start successful businesses. So I want
Mm-hmm.
you to know that your past doesn't have to define your future. It can,
Bingo.
but it doesn't have to, right?
Doesn't
So
have
you
to.
have to
Yeah.
make that conscious choice, and you got to stop being so afraid of just because you heard of a price, right? If Dre told me today, hey man, to do a VIP day with me is $7,000, and I'm like, okay, well, okay, at this VIP day, Dre say he guaranteed that I'm gonna make at least $100,000 a year. He gonna show me everything I need. He might even have a videographer there that's gonna record everything and send me a copy of the recording to have, right? Okay, cool. I don't have $7,000. Okay, let me think. Let me think what I got. Okay, I got $2,000. All right, I'm $5,000 short. All right, let me pick up the phone. Let me call everybody in my phone and say,
Mm.
hey, are you a notary? Do you want to be a notary? Do you know any notaries? Hey, eventually I'm going to find 5 to 10 other people that have $500 to $1,000. And this is the promise. Hey, look, I'm gonna go do a VIP day with this guy named Andre Hatchett. Everything he teaches me, I'm gonna share with you, right? If we follow his blueprint and we don't make this money back, hey, let's work out a payment plan and I'll pay you back your money. Here's the thing
Mm.
though, if you do your due diligence on Andre, which you should do it on me as well, right? And everybody else on the internet, even do your due diligence on mom, dad, and best friends, right? Because they love you to death, but they might not know anything about money. So once you do your own due diligence and say, man, look, Dre been around for decades. If he was a scammer, there would have been at least one YouTube video out. There would have been at least one Instagram post.
At
You ain't gonna
least.
scam people for decades and nobody gonna say nothing, right? Dre a pretty big guy, but somebody on the other side of the country where his arms can't reach him, they'll come out and
Hmm.
say, "Oh man, he stole my money and ain't did nothing," right? So okay, I can't find nothing now. Nobody has a flawless record, right? There are
Of
some
course, of
people.
course.
You're not going to find somebody that has 100% 5-star reviews, right?
Hmm.
So occasionally it'll be one or two people or a few people that they weren't the right person to begin with, but they wanted the result, so they bought it and didn't get the result because they were the wrong person, right? So,
Hmm.
but overall, you find out this man, this woman, this business owner is the right person. Man, it's a safe bet, right? It's a safe
Hmm.
investment.
And I actually did the data, JT. So
Yep.
my satisfaction rate is between 94 to 96%,
Awesome.
which I'll take. I'll take that.
Man, that's higher than pretty much anybody else I know. Yeah, I know people that's like in the 70s and 80s and like, man, we top of the top, right? So
Mm,
90+% is
90+%.
crazy high, right?
Yeah.
Crazy high. All right. So
So
go ahead.
sign up for the VIP day.
For sure.
When's your next VIP day?
Right. Oh, it's anytime. Like they book it and then
Okay.
we set up a time. So they book a
Oh,
call,
okay. Okay.
right? It's
That's
not
one
for
on one.
everybody. We talk to people, make sure. So our VIP day, you already have to be a business owner, right?
Oh,
Because
okay.
our
Gotcha.
goal is we're trying to make you as much money in the
Yeah.
shortest amount of time possible. So they
Okay.
gonna run through the application and then we book a one-on-one time with them. I actually have a media house, like the house I'm sitting in. I bought it just to do content creation. So if they want to come to North Carolina, they could get a hotel room or Airbnb if they wanted to, or if they just wanted to literally stay here, right? They could stay
Wow.
here. We'll do all of the content. I pick them up from the airport, do all of the
Whew.
content. They stay the night here. We go out to dinner, and I take them back to the airport the next day.
That's fine. And that's 7 grand?
Yep, 7,500. Yep.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, man. Yep. So we vet them,
All
right?
right.
So my specialization for anybody that doesn't know is like, man, I come from blue collar work, right? I come from
Mm-hmm.
my daddy worked in a plant his whole life, and his side hustle was he would go to the junkyard and buy cars and put them back together again and sell them for little to nothing, right? He might make three hundred
Wow.
dollars profit off of it, right?
Wow.
My mom tried to have her own daycare center. There was this word that we never knew about because we was poor called taxes. So she didn't manage her money properly. Taxes caught up with her, ate her up. She had a bunch of kids, so she worked out a payment plan, but she jumped out of entrepreneurship. But she worked in
Mm-hmm.
childcare her whole life doing that. So very humble beginnings. My grandmother, they was sharecroppers, and then she was
Mm.
happy to come out of the fields, and they went worked at the Russell Stover's plant. I don't even know if they still sell Russell Stover's candy anymore in the stores. So very humble beginnings. So I help blue collar business owners create education businesses so they double their income while cutting their work time in half. So we've
Whew.
done that for a ton of different business owners, continue to
Love it.
do that with people as well. People have came to me making $100,000 a year. They made $250,000 in 8 months and didn't work nearly as hard as they did the previous year making 100 grand. Had a gentleman come to me that was making 200 grand a year already, right? Took him from 200 grand to $90,000 a month. right?
Whoa.
90 grand a month. So he was already making good money, but he was actually exchanging his time for money in a lot of different services out there, right? You don't got to be a service-based business, but we do specialize in service-based blue collar people because that I got a heart for those people. Those people, my family. I tell everybody I'm your favorite country cousin, JT.
Shout out to the great JT. If you want to see this show every week, type in every week below.
So,
We're gonna drop our offer for our what do you call it? Our
so we're gonna
personal
help people build a personal brand
personal brand 2-day workshop. JT, I'm excited, brother. Thank you for the game. Let's
anytime.
do it soon.
All right, cool.
All right. Peace.